Hi everyone, today I am going to be showing us how to turn this picture into a coloring page. This is a hand-drawn pen drawing that I did, so I'm going to turn it into my ideal coloring page, which you can sell on Etsy or color in yourself. So how do we do this? So the first thing we want to do is crop it so that I can get rid of this shadow over here that came in with the scanning. So I'm going to go ahead and crop it. I will select the cropping tool, and then I can change just how wide or not wide I want it to be here. That isn't too hard to do. Just switch it up and yeah. And then after we crop it, we have this left. So the next stage of this is to unlock the layer, and then it becomes layer 0. And what I am going to do is use the magic wand tool. I'm going to click on the magic wand tool. Then after I click on the magic wand tool, I'm going to set my tolerance to 20. That way anything that's the same color like a white or a beige is going to be selected. So I'm going to select. That way I've selected everything that's white on this page, and then I'm going to delete it that by just clicking backspace or delete. And then after doing that, I have this beautiful outline left. So the next thing I'm going to do is deselect it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new layer by clicking this plus at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to click the plus, and then that adds layer 1. So since the background is already set to white, Command backspace should give us a nice clean white background, since as you can see the background has covered the other parts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag layer 1 to below layer 0. That way, as you can see, everything that we want is back. All our drawings are back. So the next part I'm going to do is I'm going to use this function, stroke, and then expose it, and then use a red coloring. Hold on. Layer 0. I forgot to select layer 0. Okay. And then we go on stroke. And then I'm just going to highlight it as red and then see exactly where the imperfections are. As you can see, there's a bunch of imperfections here. There's a big red line. It's probably coming from the scanning. So what I am going to do is use my eraser tool to sort of get rid of that. To get rid of all that. So I'm going to make it pretty big. I'm going to make it maybe about 63, but I'm also going to zoom it in. And then I am going to get rid of this color. So you can see it's really easy to do. It's actually very easy to do. Actually super duper easy. And then you can go in and make sure everything's gone. There's these little imperfections and these little lines that were there before. Just making sure that everything is gone and clean. Just gonna make sure everything is gone and cleaned up and ready to use. And then after that, I am going to zoom in on the entire image. That way we can see if there are any imperfections that we need to clear up. I'm gonna make the eraser a little bit smaller just so that I can get finer detail. Okay, so far I see that little imperfection there. We're just gonna click on it to make it disappear. And if the eraser is too big, feel free to just make it smaller so that it can fit the space that you're trying to clean up. Yeah, and just keep deleting all the unwanted strokes and all the unwanted little imperfections that we see here. Again, like not all the imperfections are gonna be removed, but just as many as you'd like. You can get rid of a lot of imperfections by literally just clicking on them with the eraser tool, which is cool. I see there's a really thick line here. I want to file it down a little bit, so I'm just gonna file it down and further down just to make it less thick, because I am going to thicken my lines later. So if there's anything that I can do to make sure that when that happens everything's good, then I'm going to do it. just because it just makes sense. It just makes sense to do it that way. Okay, okay. Now that we're done with that part, I'm going to deselect the effects and then we're going to be back to our crusty, dusty image that we see here. So the other thing I'm going to do is when you zoom in, you're going to see that there's a lot of pixelation and I'm going to want to get rid of that. So this drawing is still pretty faint. So like the next thing is I am going to make an adjustment of the color. I am going to go down to the channel mixer and then I'm going to select black and white as my default and then I'm going to bring it down to make my lines darker, right? So like ideally what I'm trying to do here is to make my lines darker so that they look like a real coloring page. You can make them really, really dark or you could just leave them dark enough. Okay, I think I am going to make them slightly lighter than this. No, I think this darkness is ideal. Okay, so they're pretty dark now, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to want to make my lines a little bit thicker, so I'm going to go on filter, and then I am going to go on the minimum width of my lines, and then I am going to adjust it to be slightly thicker. I think I'm going to go up to 1 first before I go up to crazy numbers. I think I'm going to just go up to 1. I can just enter it manually. And then we can wait. Exactly. So they're pretty thick now and they are very thick and nice. Through that process, maybe more imperfections could surface. So therefore we zoom back in and just try to like get rid of anything that could have been shown. Like sometimes when you put black, like more imperfections show up. So like we just have to clear that out. So after we've cleared out most of our imperfections, we are done. We are done and everything is great. The next thing that I'm going to do is show you how to save. So to save it as a PDF, because usually when people download it on Etsy, they need it as a PDF. So the next thing that I'm going to do is go on File, click on Save As, then you go on Save As, and then you click on Save on your computer. And then I have this already made up there, and then so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it as a Photoshop PDF. And I'm going to click Save. Then I'm going to confirm that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you can clean up or create your video. Sorry, not your video, oh my gosh. Your coloring page that you can sell or color in on your own. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.